So this is just a little audio from a recent podcast on the law of attraction and how to bring this law of attraction to life. I hope you enjoy it. I'd love to hear your comments, and please don't forget to subscribe and like and share it about if you'd like to see some more of these types of audios. Cheers, thanks. You know, we all know and have heard so many people speak about how powerful our thoughts are. You know, that our thoughts can stimulate our emotions. They can create, I guess, a metaphor in our life that we begin to change the actual lens that we're viewing it through. You know, it's like thought and vibration are one and the same. In fact, you know, they are. Thoughts are vibrations. And how we vibrate to the energy of this life is in line with how we're thinking about ourselves and our life. So what I'm saying, how we think about ourselves, now how we think about our life and our place in this life matters. You know, we all know the old adage, you know, money doesn't grow on trees, which is true. You know, it for me is done through intention, you know, motivation and dedication, as well as sometimes a little bit of luck, you know. Although we know that luck is not real. Maybe it could be more a karmic fruition than luck. But I suppose that's a whole nother chat. You can't just sit on a couch and ask for money and believe that you'll have it. That taking no action but believing that visualizing, or maybe putting money on a storyboard or a dream board or whatever they call it, will all of a sudden put money in your bank account. And I guess the first flawed premise is really that value only comes from action or wealth. And we can get, I guess, confused between this idea of law of attraction and economy of scale, or economy. I don't mean economy of scale, sorry. Now, economy it's a large set of interrelated production and consumption activities that sort of aid in determining how scarce resources are allocated. Whereas the law of attraction is recognizing that there is no scarcity. Yes, maybe in physical resources there are, but from an energetical point of view, the only true value that we can benefit from is our own personal alignment. You know, some may call it energy, some call it awakening, some people call it God, whatever. You know, the only true value in this work is our own alignment with an inexhaustible source. And what value, what monetary value can we put on that? Like a wave on an ocean or a ripple in a lake, there's no disruption to the vastness of it. The ocean or the lake knows it's only a wave or a ripple. It knows it's not separate. The wave might think it is, you know, the wave might think different, the ripple might think different. It might see itself as a little taller or wider or faster than the other waves. But at some point, it will return back to the ocean and remember its true place. Now, some of us may take a whole lifetime of delusion that they are separate, that they are different, that they are independent. But in truth, the same ocean made me and you and everything that we could ever manifest. It didn't decide that you were going to be different from all the other ones. You just formed out of you to become you. So when a wave recognizes, actually, I'm not just this little wave. I'm part of something so much bigger. I'm an ocean, not a wave. Now this is destiny. This is where the law of attraction bears its fruit. It realizes that there is so much more to all of this charade, this play with characters playing their roles, that they can see straight through it. They see that life is not just about wanting. Life is about action and reaction. It's about hope and love and connection and interdependence. And when the law of our own attraction aligns with these things, there's no home, no money, no thing that needs to fill that void. Now, I'm not saying that money and homes and things like that aren't important. They just take on a different relevance. Now, the law of attraction doesn't state that you need to be working 24 hours a day to reap the benefits. It says what we believe manifests. Believe being the real word there. Now, when we no longer seek, it finds us. I don't know how many teachers I've heard that from. If you're thinking of lack and that you need it, which we all do, right? We all just get a little lost in the lack. We feel we need something, and marketing companies have a part to play in this, tweaking their advertising to ensure we continue to feel not good enough. Again, that's another story. This lack is not our own. We used to be content wandering the fields of this world until someone built their first home, then a farm, then a castle, now sky-rise buildings and helicopters and music videos throwing cash at each other. Now we've taught to compare what we believe to be economy of scale, taught to compare and see ourselves as not there yet. There was a poignant quote from Jim Carrey that stuck with me ever since I heard it. I just wish he said, I just wish everyone would get rich so they can realize that is not it. In practicing Tonglen, you imagine taking away people's pain. You imagine seeing the hurt in people and wanting to almost suck the hurt out of them, certainly the people that you love the most, so you can deal with it. You can hold that pain for them. Now, for me, this was one of the hardest practices I'd ever done, and the most powerful. It showed me the truth behind this law of attraction. When my kids and my wife, family, friends were suffering with pain or sadness or anxiety, I'd just go and sit for over an hour some days and just imagine breathing in their sadness and taking it from them. Now, you could call it chance or coincidence, but I began to embody these difficulties, their difficulties. Like I would literally get back pain. I would literally get anxiety or sadness. And it scared the shit out of me. Now, the first time I didn't clock it. The second and the third, it may have maybe 100 over a few years. And then I just clocked it. 2 days later, I was feeling what they were feeling. And they had got better. Their pain had lifted. Their anxiety had lifted. The fog had blown away. And I was holding it for them. It helped me to sit better with these states of mind. I guess that's why really I practiced Tonglen, but it helped enforce. If I can believe and visualize that these things, that these things can appear in my body, that I am the creator. Now, do I believe that Tonglen practice removed their suffering? Honestly, no. What I do believe is that it helped me feel how others were feeling, and it manifested this state of being into my life, whether I wanted it or not. So it got me thinking. If we go around not wanting stress and not wanting anxiety and not wanting depression and not wanting to be broke and not wanting the pain of trauma, all we're doing is reinforcing this state of mind within us. Now, I'm not saying that you just need to think happy thoughts and all of this goes away. But I'll tell you that how you think about yourself matters. How you think about your life matters. You want happiness. Hoping for it is not enough. Visualizing happiness is not enough. Believing you will be happy is not enough. Doing breathworks is not enough. What needs to change is an evolution of the heart, and this is no overnight cure. Wellness is tough to define. It's a vibrational shift. It's a realignment to your values. It is beginning to believe in something that is both larger than you and is you at the same time. You are both wave and ocean. You are both ripple and lake. Now, there is no monetary value that we can place on happiness or wellness or contentment. When people place value on these things, you're already breeding a lack of self-worth. You're saying to someone already that you aren't enough. And you need this wellness stuff to be enough. Come do my course in Bali and then you'll be enough for a month. Then you're going to need a little bit more of me. The problem is that we don't believe. We've been conned. We've put a value on money and a value in happiness, when in truth, happiness is invaluable. It's your God-given right to be happy. You have chemicals and muscles and other bits and pieces in your body that are designed to replicate this universal happiness so you get to experience it. You are all of that. Happiness, we believe, sometimes is a place, is a destination, that I just need to manifest this or that, when really, this is the trap. When you start to believe, and again, society would love more than anything for you to believe it or not believe it, but when you start to believe that you are seeking happiness, you're never going to truly find it. You get moments, maybe even days, where you're like, yes, this is it. But then the reality of this imperfect life we lead rears up and takes that happiness from you. Then we don't believe any of what we've done has worked. Maybe we believe that we need more of it, that we didn't do it right, that we're a failure. Then the law of attraction really works its magic. It replicates the way that we're feeling, but because we're already feeling lack, we then just get sucked into that hole of in its entirety. Now, how you use your mind is going to dictate what shows up in your life. The more we focus on it, the more we harness our beliefs. You know, I've heard some people saying to me, so if I have just sat on my ass and just believed I'd be rich, at some point in the future money would come. I guess I'm going to give what my last answer to this question was, you know. And I just said focusing and believing are two totally different things. You can focus and focus and focus and focus some more in a book, but the knowledge just doesn't manifest until you bring that book to life. There's no point focusing in meditation either, if all you're going to do is get off the cushion and be an asshole. The focus can only get us part of the way. And do you know what? If you are focusing on manifesting things like money or jobs, at some point your mind is going to say to itself, we can't just keep focusing on money, just sitting here doing nothing. We've got to bring this stuff to life. Your mind will help you to realize that sitting and focusing is not enough. That is, and I suppose that's the first ripple. That's the first wave. That is the first attraction of where your focus is heading. Then in your mind, you're now harnessing. So you go get yourself a job, still focusing, still harnessing. And this focus is helping you to work smarter, learning as you're going, growing, manifesting your dreams. Your intention begins to change from laziness to focused. And then you start to believe in yourself. And that belief is powerful. Focus can only get us so far. Focus helps us just to narrow the vision. The law of attraction begins to remove the resistance of you being everything that you could be. We begin to live what we dream. and we need to align ourselves with the flow of our life. So many people, when they've turned that focus into belief and turned that belief into creation, they talk about feeling like life is in flow. Now, this doesn't mean that that's it for them, that they've made it. Life is now wonderful. Life has a wonderful way of reminding us that with every up there will be a down. With every yin there is a yang. It is just that when we've realised ourselves that the downs are only helping our ups and our ups are only helping our downs, that we truly flow with life, with existence, with universe. Continuing to manifest, continuing to create, continuing to hope and seeing the fruition of our creation is really what we're here for. And so, with the creation of our own existence, we need to recognize that hope breeds focus, breeds harnessing, breeds manifesting, breeds creation. A recent talk that I gave on the law of attraction. Now please subscribe to our page, like, comment. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on this little piece. Whether you believe what I'm saying is true, I guess. I'd love your views. Thank you so much.